Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If any of you are returning after the previous 2 years, where I haven't made any videos pretty much, but I'm intending to return and I'm intending to make some videos on things that I enjoy. It's going to be another hobby, but we'll see how it goes anyway. But I thought, what better way to return than to tell you about the fact that I recently passed my driving test, which is it's crazy that life's moving on this fast. 2 years ago I was just making these pre-mediocre FIFA videos on Less Till I Die, which I could bring back for FIFA 18, but let's be honest, that's just not going to happen. But yeah, I'm gonna talk today about the fact that I passed my driving test recently. It was actually about 3 weeks ago, and I was going to make the video like the day it happened, but I just never got around to it. I don't know why. I mean, I'm not that busy right now in my life anyway, but we'll get onto that in another video. But today I'm going to talk about my driving test. And basically what I did was I took what's called a semi-intensive course with a company called LDC. And what I'll do is I'll leave a link to their site in the description, because they're a great company and I recommend that you drive with them. So yeah, pretty much I did a semi-intensive course, so I did 30 hours worth of lessons, including the test, over a period of it was just over a month, because I had one lesson, then I went on holiday for 10 days, came back, and then did so many lessons for for that 3 week period. I had to cram in all those hours, so I was doing like 10 hours a week pretty much. It can get stressful, but I recommend doing it that way. You can learn so much in such a short period of time. Only 3 weeks to get to test standard, which is I think is pretty good. So yeah, I recommend doing it that way. The lessons were good. I had a great instructor, a very nice guy, very friendly, good to talk to. We shared a couple of hobbies, so it was good. But anyway, I'm not really going to talk too much about the lesson process. You'll probably know that. Anyway, so talking about the test on its own, I actually passed my theory about a month after my 17th birthday. What I did was I got my provisional. I applied for that basically the week I turned 17, and then I was like, okay, I don't have the money for lessons yet, but I really want to start driving, so I booked my theory. And just basically what I did was I downloaded apps on my phone and just revised for 15-20 minutes a day leading up to it. And to be fair, the theory's not nothing to worry about as long as you practice and you get a feel for the questions. And also I'd recommend practicing hazard perception, because even though it's not that hard, it's good to get a feel for it, and then you'll be more prepared for when the test actually rolls around. But yeah, I passed my theory first time relatively easily, to be fair. Nothing really to brag about, it's quite an easy test, but yeah, I passed that first time. And then I had my driving test on the 7th of July, and obviously I'd actually booked the driving test before I'd even got into a car, which not a lot of people do, let's just say that, but that's how the semi-intensive course works. You book your test, and then you get all your lessons leading up to that test. So it was kind of it felt different. It felt weird, that the fact that I'd already had my lessons. I had my lessons booked, hadn't even had a lesson, and I booked my test. Usually people would have a lot of lessons, realise that they're ready, then book the test. But because there's such a long waiting list, especially in my area, it's like a month and a half to wait. You have to book it before you start your lessons, because obviously you're doing it over a 3 or 4 week period. But anyway, test day rolls around. I was feeling good. I expected to feel a lot more nervous, to be fair. I just went into it with the mentality that, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Like, it wasn't a big-headed approach, because that's not the kind of character I am, but it was just like, yeah, I need to do this today. I need to pass this test now. I've paid all this money. Tests are £60 each. Like, you don't want to be paying that again. So I was just like, yeah, let's do it today. There was no nerves at all. I wore my Leicester shirt as a bit of a tactic, because I was hoping that I could get some conversation out of the examiner, and to be fair, that kind of worked. I'd recommend, I don't know, how do I put this? You should be friendly with the examiner. I just think it helps settle the mood. It doesn't obviously help them, it doesn't give you a better result if you're nice to them. I mean, they're just analysing your driving, not your personality. But I'm saying it does help to ease the nerves when you're talking, because she brought up the fact, she brought up Leicester, and spoke about it for most of the test really, and it kind of eased me through it. And the test was relatively comfortable. There was one time, to be fair, towards the middle, where I did think I'd messed it up and I did think I'd failed. I came out of a junction, and there was a car kind of, obviously coming down the road, and I probably should have waited a little bit longer to come out, but it didn't affect him too much. She actually said at the end that one was a little bit dodgy. she said if he would have had to brake, he would have failed, because obviously you've affected the speed of the car. But she said he may have had to let his foot off the gas a little bit, but she let me by on that one, so maybe I got a little bit lucky. But to be fair, most people probably would have been affected by that for the rest of the test, but I kind of forgot about it until the end. And then when I got in the test, I was like, have I passed? And I was still hopeful. But yeah, in terms of maneuvers, I was relatively decent at all my maneuvers. I hadn't had much practice on reverse around the corner. I wasn't really liking that one, even though I was okay at it. Parallel park was okay. Like, all my maneuvers were fine, but I actually got my favourite maneuver, the bay park, and got that right at the end of the test. So I knew I was having it, because I knew he was on the way back. Because my independent drive was actually, well, part of my lead independent driving was to drive back to the test centre. She said, "Oh, follow signs for South Wigston," which is basically the area that the test is in, basically. And when I realised I was on the way back, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be doing Bay Park, and that was pretty good. I was pretty happy about that. Smashed the Bay Park, and yeah, she told me I passed 6 minors. One was for I know one was for going around a roundabout, and I indicated too early, and I knew that, and I cancelled it, and I corrected my error. And obviously I seen how I'd actually marked down that minor during the test, and I was like, yeah, that's okay. I knew that. I knew the problem. One was for coming off the clutch a bit too fast. Yeah, I remember that. I don't really remember my other ones. I could go and get my test sheet now, but it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, I got 6 minors and I've passed, so that's all that matters. Have my full license now. Just waiting on basically gonna get an apprenticeship to basically fund the insurance, pretty much. I need to get myself earning some money, and then I'll be able to drive on the roads. But yeah, I mean, that was a story of my driving test. I've passed. I'm happy. First time. And yeah, so basically what I'm going to talk now about, what you can expect from this channel, I guess. I mean, if I continue to upload, I don't know if I will, but I'm basically just going to make videos and talk about whatever I feel like. I'm going to use it as a way to just get things off my mind, whatever. You can also expect me to maybe do some videos at Leicester games, because I actually went to all but 2 home games last season, one through illness and one through not being able to get a ticket. So yeah, I might do some videos on adventures. If I go out anywhere, I might do some videos. So yeah, you can look forward to that. And yeah, we'll just go with the flow. The channel's technically still called Denton's Gaming, but I've changed the name of it to my actual name. It's just going to be a more personal thing now. Even though there's going to be some gaming related content on here, like it's not going to be flooded with it. It's going to be more real life vlog, like not really vlogs. I don't really like vlogging, but like filming things that I do, basically. So we'll see what happens. So I'm going to rebrand the channel. We'll need a new banner, a new picture, and yeah, that should be sorted within the next couple of weeks. But yeah, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you are taking your driving test, just be chilled. Don't be nervous about it. I mean, that's easy for me to say because I wasn't that nervous, but it's just your test, you just got to go through it. Be nice to the examiner. Hopefully you get a nice examiner like I did. Even if you drive well, you still got to get a little bit lucky, because I did as well. I had a great drive and still thought I'd failed at one point. But yeah, thank you anyway for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and if you are returning from the old days of the channel, then leave a comment. Goodbye.